that. Yes. Yes, excellent. Happy Saturday. Is it Saturday? It is Saturday. Fucking shit, man. I don't
Yes.
dude, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Listen, I thought it was Friday on Thursday, so I was having a time.
Dude. I look, that baby has taken away all of my brain cells.
Mood.
The two that remained.
Exactly. There weren't many there to begin with.
Yeah, I feel ya.
Damn it. And it's the season of ants in my house.
Same with my
Same.
apartment too.
I just went on a murder spree yesterday with these fucking ants.
If you can find the nest outside, if you can find an entrance, boiling water does great. Does great things. Just Dracarys the shit out of them.
Yes.
I bet you it's
Take them
underneath
back.
my deck.
Oh yeah,
Um,
probably. Ours is
Anyway.
under the front porch.
Oh my god, Keith.
Keith is actually here. Shocker.
Keith. He's back from vacation.
Imagine going on vacation.
I don't even know what that word means anymore.
I know, right? Not the wow.
Anyway, so welcome back. You two are in a bit of a predicament. In that you decided to go for a round 2 of trying to escape after Vivian had her skull cracked open by the jaws of a lizard man. But there's a silver lining. Your first failed attempt gave you the opportunity to meet Hothis, who's been held up in this interrogation chamber in the hold for what he claims to be probably weeks now. Not weeks, but days since you saw him get abducted. It was probably a week or so. Anyway, he fills you in on a couple of things, including his research in the city of Uhuru to develop and establish more means of large scale travel amongst the wilds and between the cities, mostly for trade routes. And these took the forms of larger scale land travel, larger scale boats, as well as his personal project, which was air travel via airships that utilized spell gems to stay aloft and generate propulsion. It was this project that got him abducted in the first place. Um, so all things considered, what you doing? What madness are you doing? All fuck. Yes. While Vivian was learning that Kairos was scheming with his now cellmate, Caduceus, to try and escape yet again. After a little bit more planning and some help from Caduceus, um, Kairos managed to sneak out with the use of a spell scroll of invisibility, which Caduceus couldn't read. It was just a scrap of paper to him. Stole the keys from the warden, unlocked the other cells here on this level, and managed to free Vivian and Hothis. So now, at this point, a full-scale battle has broken out. Caduceus has barricaded himself in his and you got all your stuff back. That's right. Caduceus has barricaded himself in his cell since Warden doesn't have the keys anymore, and has just been stabbing away at one of the automatons that have been standing guard. Meanwhile, Wayland and another young woman who was held up on this level have paired up to try and sneak towards the stairway-esque area where the young girl went to go stab one of the guards who was distracted by Caduceus. Meanwhile, Vivian is stuck in the room with the warden, Koga, essentially duking it out one by one while Hothis made a run for it. But you're not sure what became of that. He left the room, and he's out of sight. Which leaves I believe Kairos. Oh, you actually made your way back into the cell with Caduceus and are assisting him in trying to destroy the. Well, you did destroy the automaton outside, so it's just the two guards. So, as all of this is going on, all of this mayhem up here is happening. Um, the young girl went to go stab one of the guards. I think barely hit with one of the hits. Guard turns around and goes to attack her. Wayland, being scared out of his little wits, hearing all of these sounds of battle going on, and seeing this young girl who helped him try and make his way out of his cell get attacked. Vivian and Kairos, I don't think either of you have an eye line on Wayland. Kairos, you might have a little bit. All you hear is just Wayland say, "Leave them alone." And maybe the faint cracking of bone as he starts to change. So we'll pick it up at the top of the order with the guard that was getting stabbed. Here we go. The guard that was getting stabbed. He is going to try and grapple the young lady that tried to stab him. Let me make sure. You would think after all these sessions I would be prepared. Nope.
Big mood.
Big sad mood. Surprisingly, this guard, who's probably like got at least 6 inches on this teenage looking girl, goes to grab her. And rather than try and duck away, she lets the contact be made, but you just see her just kind of like struggle for a second and then just like push his hands away, breaking the hold.
Oh shit.
The other next to him, I believe this is the one that Caduceus has been stabbing at, or Kairos you were shooting at. I can't remember which. No, that's right. Kairos has been sitting here flamethrowing the entire group of them with burning hands. So he is going to drop his greatsword, and you see attached to his back is a crossbow. He pulls it out, pulls back the string. You hear a loud, not quite shotgunny, but, and he goes to aim it at you, Kairos.
What did I ever do to him?
You did a lot, actually, a fair amount.
I set him on fire thrice.
What's your AC?
11.
Okay. This crossbow bolt starts flying in your direction, and you see a slight spark as it ricochets off one of the bars of the jail cell, and kind of veers off course, hitting the stone next to your head. And you bitch.
Can't even shoot me.
Caduceus.
3 feet in front of you.
You gave Caduceus a short sword, right?
His short sword.
His sword. Well, since nothing is within 5 feet, he is going to take a 5-foot step back and just chill. Kairos, what would you like to do?
I am going to toll the dead, the one that just crossbowed at me.
So this one here.
DC 14 wisdom save.
And I think that's supposed to be a D12. Right?
Actually,
D12 if they're already damaged.
oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot I have to roll that differently. Oops, I didn't mean to do that again.
Hold Alt.
Okay. I also decided I would like to target the one that's attacking the girl instead.
Girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can still change that.
Yeah, sure.
I'm okay. I accept taking the original 5 since I forgot. If you want to do
you're
that.
fine. I don't care.
Okay.
Hey.
Wisdom save. So this guy, he's still standing, but you can tell his body has been scorched a ton. And you start to see some of those scorch marks start spreading black as that necrotic energy from your cantrip starts to rot away at his skin. Anything else you want to do, Kairos?
Can I? I am going to go prone. I'm just gonna lay down.
You just hit the deck.
I just hit the deck because someone's shooting at me.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
I guess underneath the cot, if I can muster it again
Yeah, sure.
for the illusory effect, because I know what it does.
So Kairos is like pinned up against the back wall. Cast this Toll the Dead. And then he's like, no, fuck this. Rolls over and under the cot. While Caduce is like, where'd you go?
I feel like that counts for like half cover, quarter cover. No.
Nice try. Vivian.
Okay. This situation's getting a little too hairy, so I would like to disengage. How tall are the ceilings here?
I would say probably about 10 feet.
10 feet.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I want to be able to spider climb my way out of here and go across the ceilings.
Okay. So you disengage, and these fingers of yours, which come to these points of these claw-esque nails, you just start digging into the stone walls and just all the way up to the ceiling.
Excellent.
Were you still grapiled?
Oh,
Was I?
that's right. You were
Oh shit, then
grappled.
never mind. I can't disengage.
Sometimes I should just shut up.
That's right. Now you could try and break the grapple, but you are exhausted. So,
I'm just gonna try that as my action then.
all right.
It's
Yeah,
a what? It's a
strategy.
No, she's gonna die.
it's a acrobatics or
It's athletics to try and break it.
I fucking suck at athletics. Nope, that blows.
Aw.
All right, I'll end my turn. There's nothing I can do.
All right. So this young girl, after the guard try and grappled her, she's gonna pull out the dagger that you tossed to her, Kairos, and she's gonna go for a couple more stabs. So we're gonna do splip and splap. Okay. Yeah. So the first one, she swings. She does manage to catch him and kind of rip and tear the tabard underneath his armor a little bit. You see a little bit of blood come out, but not anything terrible. And she manages to miss with the other shot. As she's essentially just like knife fighting him back, just trying to maintain distance. Now, Kairos, again, you hear that bone cracking as you hear Waylon continue to cry. You've heard this kid cry the entire time. He's a bit of a baby. But it starts to get warped and distorted. And it just starts to turn into just a as you start to hear footsteps approaching in the direction. And instead of the normal red-headed kid, chubby cheeks, maybe a little button nose, you see a much more withered physique approach with these long, distended claws, visible spine as it just makes its way down. And it looks as if it's going to swing from behind the young girl. And then he takes an extra step and goes to swing at the guard. and these long claws, they're almost black in color, maybe almost like rusty, swing through and just dig into the chest of this guardsman. And you see him just turn his hand with a loud snap, almost as if he snapped his own bone. And when he pulls his hand out, you see that there's just a chunk of flesh in his hand as the guard just falls to his knee, dead. And the girl next to him is both impressed and horrified at the same time. Just
That's
like,
my son.
uh, 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 and she starts to try and like shuffle away from him in case she turns towards him.
It's always the quiet ones.
It is always the quiet ones.
I think that's the second time the quiet ones has come up in conversation now with me.
Good, probably.
Not a good week.
So, Koga is still got you in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it continue to require an action to hold on to a grapple, though? No? Okay.
No,
I
you sure
tried.
don't.
Okay. I didn't think
But
so.
because he's essentially got her in his claws, he can't use his claws to attack.
Yeah, you can just keep fucking biting her.
So it's literally just hungry, hungry hippoing. He's going for your face every time.
Fight fire with fire.
Fine. That's
Bite him back.
fine.
Fight him back.
I'm not gonna survive this next bite.
No, it's fine. It's fine. What'd you say?
It's a 13.
Okay.
Is he
just
still
saying.
hexed?
He should have
He is.
been.
He is still hexed.
I don't remember if that's true or not.
No, because he broke your concentration with one of the bites.
Well, no, because I recasted it.
Did you? Then
I did, yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, he's still hexed.
And he gets strength checks at disadvantage.
He does bite down on your neck. It's more shallow than it was before, but he does still get a nice chunk of meat and draws some blood for another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And I just took that off for you.
Thank you.
Yep. Now at the top of the order, Kairos, you, Caduceus, and this young lady who hasn't introduced herself yet. You see the guard there that's remaining. He looks down at his compatriot that just had his chest ripped open. And he starts to look horrified as that guard's body starts to move.
What?
It starts to twitch. His feet start to twitch and start to kind of pull them under himself. And the head rolls to the side facing the cell that you're in, Kairos. And the face starts to look much more emaciated. Sharper cheekbones. And just starts to look a lot like Wayland.
Zombie
And-
Wayland or Kid Wayland?
Zombie Wayland.
Oh, okay. It's like, wait, what?
And it returns to its feet as a zombie.
Yay.
And just for distinction purposes,
Hooray.
I will. Is it hooray?
Yeah.
Is it hooray? We're going to do that.
Yeah.
And it starts to stand up now in these tattered tattered armor with a giant hole in the chest. And it looks at Wayland and then looks at the girl. And then you hear some very subtle, just like between the two of them. And then it turns around and swings at the other guard. and he just digs into the side of this guard, not killing him, but he doesn't look great, and he looks just as unsettled. So in response, this guard is going to just try and attack this Zambi. He's going to pick up his sword and take 2 swings. Holy shit. Okay. This this guard looks at this new wound in his side given from his friend. Looks, and you can see that his face has started to go pale, almost full white. And he's like, "Nope, nope, nope." Picks up the sword and just wails. Both slashes just dig into the side of this thing's neck. First one does a shit ton of damage. Next one he pulls out, full swing, full home run, decapitates the zombie. He says, "Nope, not having that. Nope, 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 nope." Of course, I get a good roll when I'm not trying to hit you. Kadoosh is just sitting here like, what the fuck did I just get into? And he's just gonna stay there, locked in his cell, nice and peaceful. Kairos, what would you like to do?
I am going to get up, so 15 feet of movement. One, I guess another 5. Unlock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Put the keys back on my person.
You hear Kadoosh just, what the fuck are you doing? There's zombies out there.
Yeah, well, he's like, that one I think we can trust, but we need to go and help my friend.
Can we?
Doesn't matter. We definitely shouldn't stay in here if there are zombies. Let's go. And so he swings open the door. Is there? I guess I can't really go around that guard without taking an opportunity attack, can I?
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Just use my action. I'm going. Well, how much movement do I even have left? So 20. I can only get to like there anyway, so I wouldn't really be able to leave. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. But it collides with a wall. Leave me alone.
Oh, because I didn't open the door for you.
Let me out! Let me out!
Now
Here we
you
go. Okay.
go. Help! Help!
I am going to there. Can I
Okay.
see into the room yet?
The room that Vivian's in?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you? It's off to the left.
I mean, yes, but it looks like I can see Vivian's face, but it looks like there's a door in the way. But I
There is
think
a
that's
door,
just,
but the door is open. So what you see is what you see.
I
You do
literally
also see
see
an
the
automaton
silhouette.
at the end of a at
I
the
do
end
see
of the
that.
hall.
I do see that.
So I'll say that what you can see through the doorway, you see these green arms grasping Vivian from the side, essentially
Okay.
pinning her hands, her arms somewhat.
Unfortunately, it's too far away. But that, I guess, is all I'm gonna do for right meow.
Yeah.
All right.
Vivian.
Trying.
Attempt number 2. Motherfucker.
Hang on. Because we're gonna do this.
I have no more first levels. Ugh.
Yeah, no, you do not escape.
I don't have any bonus actions that are cantrips, so that's all I can do, unfortunately. I'll end my turn.
All right. So now we come back to the young girl who just saw Zombie Boy rip the chest out of a guard, guard come back to life, guard get beheaded. She's gonna haul ass downstairs. she doesn't know what else to do necessarily. So she is gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, and then out of sight. Wayland. Wayland is going to walk up to the guard in front of you, essentially just stepping into the remains of the guard that just fell. And he is going to give a nice swing to this guy. And just barely, you see the claws scrape across the plate that this guard is wearing, leaving huge claw marks, but not quite piercing all the way through. Sounds like nails on a chalkboard to you, Kairos. Kairos, while you're there, you do see the automaton chasing something. So you're out of sight.
Right. Kind of forgot about that.
And it makes its way around the corner. You're not sure where it ends up, but yeah.
I forgot he was here.
Koga.
Yep. What's good, Koga?
Koga's gonna keep on keeping on.
Cool.
Surprisingly, though, snaps at you. You manage to like just pull your head back, and teeth are like right, almost touching your nose.
Yeah, I'm not into that. Thanks for the consideration, though.
So this guard here is gonna try and attack Wayland.
If he kills my son, I swear to God.
He is not about this whole zombie life.
Oh, it's great. You'll love it.
Really?
It's quite fun.
He does hit Wayland twice. Kairos, you see him take this greatsword, is like, look, I've already killed one. I will kill another. And he leaves between these two slashes just a large gash from shoulder to waist on Wayland. But Wayland is still up.
Yeah, Kairos would be shouting for Caduceus to kill the guard, like now, while he's distracted.
I wanna
do the thing.
Oh, it's TV. I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? Caduceus is kind of giving you a look of
You slippery bitch.
And he's like, fine. And he climbs off of his cot, heads out the door, and just gives this guy 2 good shanks with a short sword. The first one misses. Second one hits.
Oh.
And okay. And as the guard is gearing up to go for another strike on Wayland, Kairos, you see Caduceus kind of sneak up behind, stab him straight through the side. The short sword goes from one hip out the other.
Nice.
And then he just rips it out.
Ooh.
Guard falls to the ground. He's like, there, fine, I did it. And he looks over at Wayland. Please don't eat me. There's been a lot of effort for me to just die via ingestion. I don't want to.
Does he move at all anymore? Like, does it look like he's going to run away or run with me?
He is going to stay where he is at the immediate moment.
Okay.
Kairos.
So first, I would be trying to calm Wayland. So I would be like, okay, Wayland, thank you, but it's time to calm down now. We can take it from here. Take some deep breaths.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Because we're going to do this full Hulk style. Sun's getting real low.
Yeah.
Sun's not getting that low.
Can I re-roll that with my...
If you want to, yeah, you're using up a reaction.
Yeah. Where is it? Chronal shift. Yeah, I'm gonna shift that.
Ooh,
Let's see what happens. You said persuasion.
okay.
Uh,
15. All right.
Mm,
Found a different way to say it.
You really change that back. You really.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe just keep breathing. Just
Yeah,
calm down.
maybe
Everyone's fine.
the first thing he said was like, "Look, your mom's not dead. I'm positive." It's like, maybe don't say that.
And you see Waylon go from this fear of it's a mixture of fear and anger in his eyes. And you can see that he's wanting to start moving forward, whether that is to attack somebody else or not. He stops, and you can see his body just gently shake as if he's resisting an impulse.
It's a start. That doesn't count as an action, right?
I will not count that as an action, no.
Yay. Okay, so can I see Lizard Man from where I am? If I can
Where
see in
you
the room and I can see like from what I see Vivian's like face.
Yeah, I mean, you can see
It's a
that his
sliver.
arms have gripped her, but you can't see his main body.
Okay.
So you'd have to get a little closer in order to see that.
Okay. So yeah, I would definitely. I'm going closer either way. I just wanted to make sure that by the time I get there, that I'm still able to see in the room. Whoop. I think that was 30. Now
Yes,
can
so
I
now
see them?
now you can see enough of him to do something.
Forget how to measure move. I think that was 30.
That was 30. Yes.
I'm going to Tasha's mind whip that son of a bitch.
Okay. Tasha's.
DC 14 int save. Oh, should have saved that reaction for this, but oh well.
No, it's fine. All right. What does your mind whip look like? Does it look like a physical whip or what?
No, I think it. I forget what it looked like before when we first said it, but it's like you don't really see anything at all. It's just like a more extreme version of the mind sliver, where there's maybe like kind of like a little jolt or of energy that comes out of his little artifice item thingy. And maybe it's not so much as a whip, but he kind of just like swings his hand out, and they kind of just grasp for their neck or their head.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you don't actually see anything there.
So Vivian, as you're dealing with this lizard just snapping at you, you can hear footsteps approaching, and then you look into the eyes of Koga, and he goes from just ravenously hungry to you can see his attention is going all which way. Something's up with him.
Interesting.
But he does fail.
Yes. Then. Oh, wait. I think you get to choose that.
Yes.
On its next turn, you get to choose what it does. Okay, I thought it was I got to choose, but no. Okay.
Is that it for you?
Yes.
Vivian.
Okay. Because his attention is now being drawn somewhere else, can I argue to not... Oh, actually, it's self-exhaustion. I don't know how that'd work.
Cancel out if you got advantage.
Yeah, would it cancel out somehow?
It could be a normal roll.
Like a straight roll?
If he allows it. Bite him back.
Actually,
I don't
do
have any
either of
bites
you
left.
have inspiration?
I
That wasn't
do.
used?
I
mean,
do,
you
yeah.
can always use your inspiration to even out that disadvantage.
That's
Inspired by your allies' presence.
fair. Fuck it. I'll use my inspiration. We'll make it a straight roll.
You'll get it again.
Oh, God.
Assuming you survive.
Do it.
You're fucking kidding me! I quit. No. Oh my God. What is this game?
Nice.
Oh, no.
That is so unfair. There's a fucking 0. It's fine. It's great.
We're really trying to
Great.
give you give you a chance here. And every time the dice are just no.
Everything's just dead. It's
No.
fine. I've accepted this.
All
Your
right.
arms just snap. You struggle so hard, you break your own wrist.
Probably. Wouldn't be surprised.
All right. Oh no. Hang on. Okay. So since you are out of sight of everything, you don't know what Waylon does next.
Yes.
Kolga. Hmm. Hmm. You've put me in a predicament here. Good. Okay. So seeing how beat up you are, Koga looks at you, Vivian,
Uh-huh.
and you see his vision start to drift out of the room since he has eye line out the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to use his action to shove you,
Oh.
to knock you prone.
Okay.
I have to remember how that fucking works.
I would still take damage, right? Because he shoved me into unassuming
I
object.
no, because I think it's
I
a
don't think
special
so.
attack where you don't. Shoving a creature using an attack action, you can make a special melee attack to shove a creature to either knock it prone or push it away from you. Yada yada yada. So it's a athletics versus athletics or acrobatics. So the same way that you would do a grapple. So, well, he's not that smart, so I'm gonna say I did do it anyway. But he is still hexed. So
So you have a disadvantage.
yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll either athletics or acrobatics at
Okay.
disadvantage because
Disadvantage.
exhaustion.
I finally rolled decently. Wow.
Okay. So he goes to shove you to knock you prone, which does release the grapple.
Oh, thank God.
But as he takes his hands off of your arms and goes back to shove you, you manage to duck to the side and he completely misses you. And you're able to evade the shove, but you are now no longer grappled. But because of the mind whip, that's all he can do.
Nice. All right. I can dig this.
So at the start of the round, both of you give me perception checks.
Okay, because I was actually just about to ask, can I hear anyone else nearby? Like any of the sounds that were happening outside? Oh, I know, should that be a disadvantage? Let me roll that again. That makes more sense.
You hear the sounds that you are able to pick up, Vivian. Other than the snarling of Koga standing right in front of you, you do hear a cell door close.
Okay.
You're not sure where, you're not sure why, but a cell door closed. But what you
Can I
both
tell?
noticed,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was like, can I tell if it's from, like, if I were to exit this room, can I tell whether it's from the right or from the left?
No, because of the size of
Okay.
the ward, it echoes all throughout the halls.
Okay.
What you both feel though, because of the area that this city is situated in, it's been hot the entire time you're here. Not
Ooh,
quite sweltering, but it's almost it's like you're in a desert. You both catch a very cool breeze inside. The coolest that you felt since you've been here. You're not sure where it came from, but suddenly, Vivian, you notice, and I guess you would see this too, somewhat, Kairos. Something appears behind Koga, almost out of thin air. You see a
what?
swirl of frost, and suddenly you see this creature standing behind Koga.
What the fuck?
And you see its hands. It's hands, from what you can tell, they're partially covered up by robes, but the tips seem to be entirely made of ice. You can't make out its face, only icy blue eyes peering from a shadowed face. And these claws reach out to swipe at Koga. Okay. It swipes twice, one with each hand. And you see that wherever they make contact, they leave behind traces of frost. And you just see Koga reel back just with a. He's not down, but he looks to have taken a decent amount of damage from those two swipes.
I look
And
at the creature and say, that's a neat party trick.
it looks at you, and you hear a voice.
What?
You hear,
I've distracted the other guards. We need to leave now.
And is this in my head?
no.
No.
So,
All
Kairos,
right.
you would actually catch this a little bit, just this strange voice. You can't quite make out what it said because you're outside the room. But you do see that this creature, you see these frozen claws just swipe at the lizard.
Am I allowed to talk to him when it's not my turn?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
So, Kairos, from where you are, you see Caduceus actually move. You look back, you see Caduceus move in the direction of the stairs, but you're not sure for what purpose. Um. So we'll go to you. What would you like to do?
Would it take an action to kind of think like if I would recognize this kind of a creature in my mind of Arcana? I guess is it like a yeah, I know what that is, or wouldn't know what that is instinctively, you know?
Yeah, give me an Arcana or a History check.
It's the same, so I
And
guess
whichever
I'll do...
one you pick will determine the type of information you get.
Okay. I'm gonna do Arcana, never mind. No, 11 still, but shit to
Okay.
roll.
Whatever this creature is, it's magical in nature. Based on the way its body just kind of exudes frost, it's some sort of elemental in nature, but you're not sure exactly what it is.
Okay. So yeah,
But-
that like no, go ahead.
But the face looks oddly familiar. You've seen it before, just you don't know where.
Interesting. Well, seeing that it's attacking Koga, he's going to kind of just shake his head, and I guess I will. Yeah, I'm going to toll the dead. Koga. I mean, toll the dead Koga.
Toll the dead.
Yay!
Good old 3.
Good old 3-er. But then he's going to shout like, "Vivian, it's time to go."
I figured that as much.
Okay. All right. Is that it for your turn?
I guess I can't take a step back. Okay, yeah, that's. I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm going to look
Vivian.
behind me to see if I can see anything from the hallway, but
Okay.
I can see that my character can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn towards this ice creature and just be like, "Who are you?"
Who I am is not of concern right now. We just need to get out of here. They've been
Fair
performing all kinds of terrible experiments here, and I'm sure you don't want to be a part of it.
Not really. And with that, she will disengage. She will now spider climb up the wall. I believe, I have 35 feet of movement. I am going to just go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just going to go to the right.
Okay.
30
And you're on
and
the ceiling, or
35.
you're just
I'm
getting
on the
up?
ceiling. I am definitely crawling up the ceiling. I can't see anything from my current position. But as I'm
Kairos is
crawling
just like,
past
"Whoa."
Kairos, I'm gonna be like, "Where's Wayland?"
he just points. He
All
might
right,
need some help.
on it.
You
I
said you have
can't.
how much movement?
35.
35. So the ceilings are 10 feet high.
Okay, so I'll be back here next to Kairos then instead.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But yes, you wouldn't be able to see anything from your current position.
Okay.
Koga. Hmm. Koga's going to look at this creature. And Kairos, while you're talking with Vivian, showing her where Wayland is, you just hear a hiss. And then as you look back, Koga's on the ground.
Good. Fuck him.
You didn't see what happened, but he's on the ground. So, Vivian, while you left the room, you would have seen an automaton way up over here, outside
Okay.
of a jail cell, but that's it. But you can still keep your previous action. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to end the formal initiative. So, what would you like to do? Starting with you, Vivian.
I am climbing across the wall as much as I can just to get to at least try to find Wayland. I'm just going to start shouting his name, not like super loudly, but just enough to where hopefully he can hear me.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Because her worst fear is that he's dead. Because considering she could probably smell and see the blood that's been spewed across this floor.
So, what you see is, I now have to remember where the hell it is. What you see is Wayland in his normal form on the kind of passed out asleep on the ground, being tended to by Caduceus.
Okay, can I see where they're at? Or are
Yeah,
they...
I'll put them up there in just a second.
Okay.
That's the one I wanted.
So you said Caduceus is attending to him.
Yeah. So they're both
Okay.
right there. And Wayland just seems to be asleep on the ground.
I immediately run and kind of like sort of almost like slide, falling on my knees to like be next to him. And I'll look up to Caduceus and be like, "What happened to him?"
You got a scary kid here. I
know.
He just puts up his hands. He's like, "Look, that's your issue. I'm out of here."
Oh no! Before you like, is he all right?
I mean, if you count ripping the chest off of a guard as all right, I guess. He all of a sudden just got all twitchy and bones started coming back in. And he just turned back into a kid. I don't know I don't know what's happening here. I'm good. And he actually starts making his way towards the stairs.
That's fair. After he starts getting up to leave and he gave the answer that I wanted. I don't pay him any mind, but I do carefully put my hand on Wayland's shoulder and just try to shake him awake.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Kairos, what would you like to do?
Well, the first thing is making sure the threat is gone. So he's like assured that Koga is dead or just laying down.
From where you're standing, he's on the ground. You're not sure if he's breathing or not.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just probably unnecessarily fire something off at him. Oh, actually, I would do like a mind sliver to see if I get like any connection there.
Okay.
I don't know if
So
that's
you'll
like too meta for the spell.
Nah, it's fine. Because I would assume with psychic spells and things like that, you would feel some kind of resistance, especially if the
Yeah.
DC is involved. Um, so you reach out, you do not get any kind of response.
Okay.
And as you're doing that, you see that the creature starts making his way out of the room, just walking.
Yeah.
But as he gets closer, you realize that the air gets a lot colder.
Yeah, he like leans in a little bit, like to get a better look at its face, but then kind of shakes his head and is just like, well, I don't know who you are, but thank you. My name's Kairos. We can talk after we get out of here. And then he realizes that somebody's missing, and so he
Mhm.
shouts over, Vivian, where did Hothus go?
I don't know. I told him to fucking run. I don't know where he went after that.
Well, we need to go find him. And he takes off running back down the hallway the way he came.
You see, as you start to move, this creature just holds up a frozen hand, almost as if to say, wait. And he says,
I believe your friend is over there.
Yeah, he swivels around and then goes in that direction, turns the
and you
corner.
see, and you see the jail cell that's being essentially an automaton trying to get into one of the jail cells.
I see.
And as you see that, the creature actually walks past you to the automaton and essentially reaches out with one of its claws, slips it between the plates, and you see that red glow start to dim and dim before you just see an explosion of essentially red icicles pop out through the armor.
Rad.
And it just gets frozen in place there.
Kairos is like, oh, you need to show me how to do that. But then he immediately runs over and tries to like push it out of the way. And I don't know if the cell's locked or not, but he's trying to open it.
It
If it is, he
is
would use
locked.
the
It seems
keys.
to have locked itself back.
Yeah, then Kairos would use the keys to unlock it.
And so you're met with the gentleman Hothus that you've been looking for. And he looks disheveled. He looks like he's been here for a while. He's like, oh, thank you. I thought the thing was going to snap me in half.
It probably would have.
Hey. Hey, look, I'm still alive. Where's everyone else?
Over there. We have to get out of it. Go. Let's go.
Okay. And so, where do you head?
To down the north hall, around the corner, and to meet up with them.
All right. So let's bring you guys back here. So, as you do, everyone kind of convalesces at the top of the stairs. You see Caduceus looking like he's going to head his way back down the stairs. And this frost creature just slowly follows, walks up to you all, and just repeats,
You all are in grave danger here. We need to get you out of here.
Before that, or before I see them approach, does Wayland wake up at all when I tried to shake him initially?
no. It's not like he's like dead or anything. You can see that he's clearly breathing, but he doesn't wake up.
Okay, then I would have, because I have all my stuff with me, I would have pulled out the little, I guess, bonnet essentially, and so the little swaddle, yeah, and I put Wayland back into the swaddle and carefully make sure that he's attached to myself, and then I'll wait and see them come as they approach.
Okay. So, what would you all like to do in response?
I guess we gotta head downstairs to get out. There's probably others here that need to be freed too. Can't just leave them here.
This creature looks at you and says,
Those on the lower floor have already been released from their cells. The guards have been taken care of too. I saw to that myself.
Thank you. That's awful kind of you.
How?
Yeah.
And like he's like getting ready to. He's motioning that he's like leaving, but he's like, "How? How did you do that?"
Not in the nicest way. I got rid of the guards and froze open the cells. Metal is very brittle when very cold.
I'm aware. How did you get here? Who are you? Can you tell us that while we're running? And he's like making his way down the stairs now.
Ah, I see. That question makes much more sense.
Yes, context. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate your help.
I am known as the Winter Spirit. I am often a, how do you say, a fugitive? Most places don't like me very much. But I heard tell that some unsavory things were going on up in this higher district of Bugan. So I came to take a look. And lo and behold, I find this place.
Yeah, he's like processing that and just continuing to run.
So you all make your way downstairs. And as you essentially follow this spiral staircase downwards, you come to another level of the prison. And essentially lying on the floor and lying at the base of these stairs is just a bunch of guards, some automaton parts, all frozen. Let's get you all there. We'll do this and that and this. This is why we can't have nice things.
Mm-hmm.
And so this big crowd that you're all just a part of just slowly makes its way downstairs. And you notice that down at this lower level is a much larger group of prisoners that are kind of lurking about and seemingly planning what to do next.
Okay.
And downstairs, you even see the young lady that fled previously.
Good to know.
I would like to fireball the room. No.
I mean, you certainly
Wow. Wow.
but essentially the spirit tells you that it's here to stop whatever experiments are going on here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would just still be motioning to leave.
On going.
Yeah, I mean, trying to he'd be a little startled, like, oh shit, now we're responsible for all these people. But he'd be like trying to corral everyone and saying like, okay, let's go.
Okay. It will ultimately ask you why you're here.
Why we're all here?
Yeah.
Got caught, unfortunately.
Yep.
I don't seem to like magic here, as you might be aware. That's about the only thing I'm good at.
Okay. Essentially, you all make your way all the way down to what seems to be a first floor, almost a lobby of sorts. And I'll just take your specific group. The young girl who previously escaped She runs up to you both, and she says, "It looks like we're safe." She overhears essentially the conversation you're having with the spirit, and essentially confirms, yes, they're doing experiments. That prisoner that the lizard took last night is probably dead, but was probably taken to their lab. There's a lab underneath this prison.
Lab.
I If we don't destroy that lab, this isn't going to stop.
Well, I definitely agree, but some of us aren't in the best of shape to fight at the current moment.
She says, "Yes, but I mean, who's going to stop them? If you take the time to rest, then I know that the person running these labs has multiples. So what's to say they're just not going to move their work somewhere else?"
Fair point. Guess we have no choice.
She says, I know where the lab is. That's what got me locked up here. On the first floor, at the end of the hallway, there's a secret passage. That's where they take the prisoners to go downstairs. That's where they turn them into. She looks over at one of the automatons. These things.
Jeez.
Kairos just kind of addresses the room and is like, "Is there anyone willing to fight against your captors and end this experiment? These experiments, what the fuck am I saying?"
Most folks are actually going to stay pretty quiet. A lot of them just look like normal people. A couple people look like they've been beat up a little bit. You do hear one voice, a female on the far side of the whole of the block. And as she rounds the corner from her cell area, you can see that she's got pale skin, but her hair kind of flows like wind. She has a pair of goggles on her head, and based on her attire, you're guessing that she's some kind of technician, maybe an artificer. And she walks up. Uh, it looks like kind of readjusting what she's wearing, almost as if she got her stuff back recently. And she kind of waves and she says, "Hi, um, I don't know how much help I'm going to be in a fight, but I am happy to help you. I've kind of learned a few things sitting here in this cell that I don't know if I necessarily wanted to know, but um, my name is Sky."
I'm happy to have your help.
Yeah, it's much appreciated.
For now, we need to get everyone else out, and then we should go and proceed and get this done as soon as we can. Spirit, will you
says-
be joining us? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it. She walks up to you, Vivian, specifically, and she says, "You definitely don't look like you're in the best of shape."
I'm not. That's a fair assumption.
And she says, "Well, I mean, it's better than nothing." In both of her hands, you see this pale green light. And she uses 2 uses of Cure Wounds to restore some hit points to you.
Damn. Okay. I'll definitely take that. Thank you. Yeah, you didn't have to do that, but
You feel a lot better.
hell yeah. Let's go.
As she essentially just pumps 20 hit points into you. And she looks tired afterwards. But she says, "Yeah, I can certainly come with. If a lab is what you're destroying, I might be of some help. I won't know the exact experiments, but technicals I can tear apart."
Well, any help is we're truly grateful for it. And then I kind of look around. Is there anyone else that I can pick out from the crowd that maybe just like a glance at the rest to see if maybe there's others here that are from the organization that I was taken by.
You specifically? No.
Okay.
Um, yeah, most of them look like regular citizens. You notice a half orc in the far corner.
Okay.
Bears a little bit of a resemblance to one of the bartenders at the Rat's Den, but you're not sure. I mean, half orcs, they all look alike to you.
That's probably not a good thing. All right.
Vivian, do you think it's wise to have Wayland with us? Perhaps we can entrust him to this young lady to be taken to safety. We could use her assistance in the lab, but I don't want to put him at risk more than we already have.
Neither do I. That
Perhaps she could be taking him to, what was his name? Goblin dude.
Goblin.
The guy that we were living at, Lars.
Lars?
Yeah.
Lars is.
Okay.
It's your decision. I mean, he is capable in a fight, apparently, but we don't want this to turn into a dangerous situation. I leave it to your discretion.
I want to, but I don't want to.
It'd be best if he stayed safe. I'm assuming
Lock
the
him
girl.
in a cell.
No, we're not gonna lock him in a cell. How dare you come up with such a suggestion? I am going to pass Wayland off to the girl.
She's like, ew, no, what are you doing?
Which girl? The human girl or the one you just met?
The human girl.
Okay.
Because she's the one we interacted with last. Or always we saw up there, so she might have, or might be useful to help out, at least in that regard, because she seems more like she wants to get out of here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know a name, or a man named Lars?
I can't say that I do.
Okay, can I entrust you to bring him to that man so he stays safe?
I mean, I can. Where does he live?
He lives the south side of town?
He lives down in the Warrens.
The Warrens.
I mean, you can give general directions.
And would it make more sense?
Like, in world, does it make more sense to just be like, meet us at the Rat's Den, or would it be reasonable to be like, yeah, this is where this guy lives?
I mean, you could, either one would work. If they would be general directions to a house, or you can just say, meet us at the Rat's Den. She looks like she's probably from the Warrens.
Okay.
Based on her attire.
Okay.
Perhaps if you can't find it, then meet us there.
Yeah, Rat's Den's second best option. I'm sure the bartender would be able to let you hide out back with him. If you can at least try Lars's first, and I'll give her the general direction. I'll pull out a notepad and just start writing this down, and then I'll hand that to her. And then I'm gonna quickly write a small note for Wayland. I'm going to fold it up, tuck it into one of his pockets, unwrap the swaddle, and then tie it around the woman in front of me.
Haha, joke's on you. He's too poor for pockets. No. That works. So you can see that she kind of holds him gingerly. Certainly no motherly instincts in her whatsoever. But she's like, okay.
Please make sure he gets the safety. He's all I care about.
Wait, one more thing. While you're there, if you see a man made of fire named Sharid, or another lizard man, but not that kind of lizard man.
I don't want to touch. I don't want to talk to any lizard men.
It's a good lizard.
He's a nice lizard man. He likes to cook.
Tell them where we are. We're
people, maybe.
If you see them.
Okay. She just kind of nods apprehensively. It says, "Okay, so."
And then before she leaves,
Rat's Den, fireman, lizard man. Anything else?
Oh, no. Before she leaves, I'm going to quickly unwrap part of the swaddle and kiss Wayland's head gently, and be like, "You stay safe now." And she'll carefully pat the top of his head and then close him back up.
He kind of like fidgets and readjusts after you do that. Still asleep.
Kairos gives her a gold, like a gold coin, just like for your troubles.
So you see her eyes kind of open up at that, like, thanks. Thanks. I will make sure he gets where he needs to go.
Thank you.
You can buy friends, kids.
You can buy friends. Certainly can.
Not a good life lesson to teach there.
So, all right. So as you're doing that, you can see that the spirit kind of turns his attention to something, but almost as if he's sensing something. But you're not. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest here that's happening.
Okay. Well, can we see the general direction he's looking at?
It's kind of like off to the side and down.
Down. And that's where we need to go, right?
Yes, he addresses you and says,
It seems someone else has also found the lab.
Someone else. How could
Yes.
have possibly found it?
I'm not sure, but there's struggle down there. You should hurry.
All right, and I will start with one final glance at Waylon. She'll turn around and start running towards that direction to go down there.
Yeah.
I will look after these people and make sure they get out of here safely.
Thank you.
and with that, as you start to move away, of course, you no longer feel that nice chill from the spirit's presence, and you make your way downstairs to the first level of this place. At this point, it is now you two and Sky.
I was gonna ask, was Caduceus with us, or was he just staying behind? Did it look like he was gonna come?
He did not look like he was going to come with you.
Okay. Yeah,
Fucking
noticing
Caduceus.
that, I would have been like, I've asked enough of you already, so I understand if you don't wish to come with us, but thank you.
He said, yep. Thanks for getting me out of the clink.
Of course. Stay out of trouble.
Oh, I can't guarantee that.
Is Hathis with us? No, right?
Hathis would have escaped with everybody else.
Okay.
Well, before we leave, shouldn't we tell Hafiz to maybe go to Lars's place too and hide out there
Yeah.
since we were here to help him? That would have
Sure.
made more sense.
Yeah.
And that way he can also help, hopefully, to look after her who's carrying Wayland.
I feel like everyone's just gonna end up going there, just like if the mob mentality.
Just like
you
knock
know?
on the
Big
door and he
mob.
opens the door and he's like, what the fuck? It's
The
like,
rat's
who are
den
these
is your
people?
savior. Although, how the fuck are they gonna get all the way to, whatever? It's their problem, not ours.
It'll be fine. So you make your way downstairs. Again, this floor is just strewn about with ice, frost, and the remains of guards and automatons. And you see, as you turn, you see a long hallway with two doors off to either side, and it seems to just end in a brick wall with a brazier attached.
Interesting.
I'm gonna start trying the doors. There's nothing else
Yeah,
of interest in the room.
Yeah. As you move about, you open up one door. It looks to be a guard's barracks. There seem to be a few guards literally just frozen in cots. As you try the opposite door, it seems to be a mess hall. And inside you see a scrawny orc just kind of cowering in the corner like, I don't like this. I don't like it.
Does he look like a guard or a prisoner?
Looks like a cook.
Oh. Others ran to safety, sir. Now would be a good time to leave.
Don't gotta tell me twice. And he just kind of like he leaves the room and just kind of like scoots past you all in the hallway.
We're
Go
all
to the
going to the
rat's
rat's den.
den!
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You
Okay.
can cook us a meal there and to say thank you.
We know what cook as well.
The Legion of Cooks.
I know, right?
God.
We're just gonna
But
start
other
cooking
than those
squad.
2 doors, you don't see anything that necessarily is what the young girl described. You don't see any lift or anything like that. But you do remember that she said that there's a secret passage at the end of this hallway.
I would like to start feeling up the walls to see if there's like a loose brick or something.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Okay.
You feel around and you feel that one of the bricks is loose.
I press it.
You push it and the brazier, because it's just sitting out on an arm and just a hanging basket of coals, you see that it kind of leans down a little bit, almost acting as a lever.
Is there any
Alright.
food in the kitchen?
Any food?
Like
Probably.
visibly, like anything just sitting out that looks like I could just.
I mean, you
quickly
can see
grab
some
it.
scraps, yeah.
Yeah, I just grab some rolls or something, put it in my bag.
Okay.
I'm hungry. In character.
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, you haven't really eaten in the last
Exactly.
day or so. So as the brazier just kind of leans, you hear a loud clunk as a series of bricks just kind of fold in and swing as if they were a door. And inside, you see a constructed platform of wood and metal, seemingly suspended by chains. Looks to be a lift.
Kairos, are you still in the kitchen?
No.
Okay. I would have entered the lift then if he's by my side.
Yeah, I would have.
With Sky.
I literally, while you were looking around, I literally would have just like been like, "Ooh, food!" Ran in, grabbed it, and come back out.
Nom 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 nom, delicioso.
Yo necesito como.
The lift itself seems dark, with not much light in it. And as you feel around, you feel a lever.
I pull the lever.
Wrong lever!
Damn it!
As you do, you can hear something release, and you start to hear the slow cranking of chain as a cogwheel above you is slowly starting to just lower you down to another level. Give me perception checks.
Shit. Alright, so are we still not supposed to see anything on the screen?
Yeah.
If you go to the lower left, it's there.
There you go.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see shit.
It's
you
like
guys are
way
just
down.
in a tiny room now. So at this point, you're only seeing each other.
That's fair.
The stream's not seeing it though.
No, it's just us.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
They don't need to.
Yeah, it's literally just a four-celled object.
So, Kairos, you hear what seem to be the sounds of battle as this lift slowly starts to descend. And as you enter this next level, you start to see lights start to shine in as the floor of the lift starts to come past an opening. You smell smoke. You start to feel the heat of fire and almost the smell of charred flesh of sorts. As you just see a massive battle going on.
Huh.
At the center of it is a pale tiefling with white hair, black horns, and glasses.
Oh, this fucker
The
again.
battle bitch.
Opposite of him. Yeah, go ahead. The one that you essentially hid with when you all got caught.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
I thought you meant the super strong warrior woman
No.
who was mean to us. Got it.
Mean to you.
Yeah, when we first entered the city, she was really rude. It was a tiefling. She was like a guardswoman thingy. Doesn't matter.
Maybe. I don't know. So, yes, this guy that the last time you
Yeah.
saw him, he was passed out along with the rest of you.
Yeah, I was accusing him of making them go to sleep.
Yeah. Um, so you see him engrossed in battle. In his hand seems to be some kind of firearm. Opposite of him seems to be a really odd group of people. Um, you've both been to the mall, right?
Mhm.
No, wait, yes,
Mhm.
Yeah, you
yes,
have.
yes, we have. No, okay, yeah.
A couple look familiar and seem to be competitors in the mall. You see a half elf wielding a bow with long brown, dreaded hair. The last time you saw him, you were accusing him of using magic to win
Oh.
a competition using multiple arrows at once. Um, you see a large copper, not a large copper dragon, but a young copper dragon and a half dragon of the same tone. You vaguely remember them having a conversation with Sharid when you came into the city. And amongst all of them, including a small giant with two heads, a kenku, what seems to be some sort of tribesman wielding a spear, and Lars. You also see Sharid and Tio, all engrossed in a battle with this tiefling and some form of
What?
specter. And in the center of this room seems to be a lot. This room seems to be lined with empty suits of armor that look a lot like your automatons, as well as some different models that seem to have faces installed, as well as blades. There's a large set of vats in the center of the room pulsing with this odd red liquid. There are crates lining several portions of this room, several examination tables, and much else, as well as a large prison cell at the south end of this area containing a red skinned humanoid. And you'll explore this more on Monday.
Ah, question. That
Yeah.
red vat that we see, does it smell like blood at all?
It's sealed off, so you wouldn't necessarily smell it.
Okay, okay, good to know, good to know.
So you have found your friends.
About fucking time. It's in what, two
It's
to 3 months?
it's been a while.
Well, it seems like they've got this taken care of. Let's head back.
All right, well, bye guys. We'll see you in a couple months again.
Thank God.
Yeah, you just leave, keep the parties split.
Like,
You know,
Oh.
you two are just on
yay.
your own campaign. It's fine.
The elevator doors
Literally,
open. Just
So
the
them.
chaos duo.
so
It's
for
like,
the
oh,
first
shit.
time in months,
IRL.
the party is back together.
Oh my god, we're
So-
getting the band back together, guys.
we'll see what happens on Monday. So come check us out 8 p.m. Eastern and
Everybody's gonna die.
catch up with Tio, Sharid, Vivian, and Kairos. And maybe we'll get some answers as to what the fuck is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, clearly.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. So hope you all enjoyed. That's where we're gonna leave it for today. And we will pick it up on Monday when everybody here.
They came to rescue us, but really we rescued them.
Are you sure?
Not really.
No. No.
Bye.
All right. So we'll see you all on Monday. Bye-bye.